What is up, you guys? It's your girl Jamimi, aka Mia. Call me whatever you want to. And today we are talking about red flags, okay? So I'm gonna start off with what these motherfuckers typically be starting off with, which is love bombing. This is, you know, like, you my queen, you my one and only, just love, 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 text. And then all of a sudden they go cold. And they could do this for months on end. And then all of a sudden, the stuff that they've been doing, non-existent. That's because that's not really them. They wanted to get you in their grasp and then play you like a motherfucking fiddle, okay? I'm gonna just tell you how it is. This is also a pet peeve of mine, but if somebody mentions being a husband or a wife or a marriage within the first month, you really playing. They planting a seed in your head. They dangling the carrot, like this is gonna happen when we get together. Knowing damn well, there's either an ulterior motive or they don't really want to marry you. Simple as that. This is something that happened to me, and I met up with this guy for the first time, and he looked unimpressed. Bitch. That, and then occasionally knocking you down a peg, that's just something that insecure men do to make you feel as insecure as them so that you don't leave them. Something else that happened to me as well is I got in this monogamous relationship. This person said they treat me like a queen, and then after a month of dating we broke up, and then they were like, actually I'm polyamorous, like would you be willing to do that for me? And my dumbass said yes, and then brought that into relationships after the fact, and then had to come to terms that I'm not polyamorous. So that really kind of fucked me up, but at the same time, like, girl, I ain't broken. I learned my lesson. And I'm saying this so that y'all don't make the same mistake, okay? If you know that you want marriage, this, that, and the third, don't settle for a motherfucker that does not want that. Something else with the hot and cold and just like disappearing with no explanation, lack of communication, it's low-key a sign that they got another person. I'm not gonna hold you. Like, they either got a side chick or you're the side chick. Or they got people in their ear. Why would you want to be with somebody that's so easily swayed and can't commit to you, can't be 100%, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, like the door. Next. My girl, if somebody just ghosts you and then comes back like everything's fine and don't give you no explanation as to why they left, they really don't care about you. Or they really trying to see where your boundaries is at and how far are they willing to push and disrespect you. Bye. Next, I got unfulfilled promises, which is kind of similar to them selling you a dream, dangling this carrot, putting these images in their head that they're doing all these things for you, but in reality, come to think about it, and like, they did promise that we would go on a date this weekend and then y'all don't. Or this, that, and the third. You know, just pay attention, keep note. Especially if you don't have the best memory like me, write that shit down and be like, hey, do you remember when you said you do this for me? Like, so why hasn't this been done? You know, like, really call people out on their shit, because they think they can just get away with it, making all these empty promises. And baby, none of us watching is gonna let that slide. Next, I got friends with their exes. And okay, hear me out, because this is not always a red flag. But say that they, okay, maybe it's just me, but I'm friends with 2 of my exes, and one of them, we're literally just friends. We would never get back into a relationship. And I guess that's more so me saying that because I was just like still in my polyamorous phase, and I was like, I'm not fulfilled in all the ways that I could be, so it'd be better if we were just friends. And then another person that I dated, it was literally less than 24 hours. So that's why we're still friends, because she was like, I'd rather just be friends. And I was like, that's understandable. But yeah, no, we're cool. And that's why I'm friends with 2 of my exes. But the rest of these exes, I'm not friends with them. Because them. Okay? But not literally. They can go fuck themselves. Thank you. But no, if they're friends with their ex and they are still attracted to them, obviously, and it's like they a backup or they're their best friend, no, bitch. No, mother. I'm your best friend. Why are you FaceTiming this girl more than you're FaceTiming me? Absolutely not. Sorry I'm swearing so much in this video. That's going to be having to be edited out. And I don't care. In this moment, I don't care. Because why are you friends with your exes? I need you to explain. Like I just explained why I'm friends with my exes. I'm going to need you. If you're friends with your exes, you're going to have to explain that to your partner. Like that's just that. And if they break up with you because of that, you can't be mad. Another reason that I'm friends with this particular ex is because we're not compatible. Like they were asexual and I was not. So I was just like, if I was to explore being monogamous, this wouldn't work out. And I was just like, it's a little forced. And that brings me to my next point, which is if it feels forced, if things feel forced, just get up out of there. Just, why are you still there? Why are you forcing it? It should not have to feel forced. Like, yes, relationships take effort. But if you feel forced to sleep with this person, if you feel forced to put more effort into the relationship and you feel like they're doing the bare minimum, if you just feel forced to do things that they want you to do and you just low-key don't want to do them, or you're just not naturally doing these things, leave. Next is your beliefs don't align. And say that you're Muslim and this person is a Catholic. Is that gonna work out? Is it though? I've never heard of something like that working out. So that's why I put that on there. Like if your beliefs don't align, say you're very spiritual, but you don't believe in religion. That's me. And I meet someone who's a hardcore religious person. We're probably not going to work out because they're not open-minded as me. They're like, I believe in this one thing, this one book. And I'm more so like, I believe in multiple signs. And I believe that I have spirit guides and angels and God. So yeah. Probably wouldn't work out if I met someone and they're like, this is my religion, and if you're not my religion, then I can't fuck with you, which is understandable. Next is your relationship is very surface level. You don't really know that much about your partner or their interests or their favorite color or their favorite food. Like you don't know this basic stuff. And that might be because either one or both y'all don't really care much to get to know each other. And that's a red flag. If you didn't know. Next, they don't believe in therapy. I believe that everybody could benefit from a therapist, from a mental health professional. You know, I'll be damned. I feel like there's only 2% of people that got just life all figured out. And even then, they still go through stuff. They still have to mourn people. They still have their ups and downs because that's life. So yeah, if your person doesn't believe in therapy, that's a huge red flag. And also, you really shouldn't be going into a relationship if you feel like you're broken. First off, you're not. You're just bruised. You're just cut up. But hey, you're going to be okay. You're going to heal no matter how long it takes. Don't beat yourself up because it's taking long too, because you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be kind with yourself. And if you can't do that before getting in a relationship, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to really know how to do that after you get into a relationship. So it's important to learn how to take care of yourself before you get in a relationship, because then you might be codependent and depending on people's affirmations and them taking care of you. And they're not your mother, they're not your father, and you're an adult. Take care of yourself. Okay? This is a red flag in itself, but when somebody says that they know you more than you know yourself, PU. In my opinion, dating in the same tax bracket isn't really that important, but it is something to be wary of, because there are some people that just want to be taken care of and not take care of you back. And bring nothing to the table. You bring in the food, you bring in the forks, you bring in the cups, you bring in the dessert, and they're not even bringing a tablecloth. So yeah, don't be stupid. This kind of ties into the therapy thing, but having similar self-esteem. Because if you're a confident person and the other person is insecure, you're going to have to constantly reassure the insecure person. And be damned if you end up in a relationship with a toxic person that's just going to tear you down more, so that you're dependent on them for compliments and etc. to feel loved. That's why you have to love yourself before getting into anything. Simple as that. And again, there are a very small percentage of people that get in relationships not loving themselves, and then their partner teaches them how to love. But you have to be careful, because not all people are good people, and you might fuck around and find out. Like, be so for real. Is a queen getting in a relationship with her gesture? Is a king getting in a relationship with a joker? I'll wait for the answer. Hold on, y'all. I found this on Threads, and this girl posted, every time I put something in brackets, I'm gonna do this, okay? Players want permission to cheat, to act single. Narcissists want worship. You are beneath me. Focus all on them. Broke men or women want a provider. They want to eat off you, not even bring in the cups. Insecure men want control. They have no control over themselves. Lost men want guidance. Looking within and to the highest. That's where they need to be looking, not within a relationship. Also, I know I keep saying men, but this can go for men and women. Or non-binary beanie babies. Okay? This can go for all y'all, no matter what y'all identify as. But I'm just going to say men because that's how it was quoted in Threads. Okay? Wounded men want mothers. Remother/refather yourself. Again, therapy. Okay? Jealous men want to make women feel small so they can feel big. They don't feel true fulfillment. Focus on yourself. You want a big-hearted partner. A big heart isn't silent. It comes with storms, with feeling everything loudly, deeply, and fully. Some of y'all scared to heal, scared to feel, which is part of the healing process. If you don't feel good, that is a choice. Doing the same thing, expecting different results, is insanity. Now, that's something that I wrote at the end. But yeah, use your brain. This one kind of ties into the hot and cold that I was talking about earlier. But when you feel addicted and that you're having withdrawals from a person, it's very unbalanced. That is also giving codependency, and it's giving abandonment wounds. It's giving go to therapy. I'm just saying, because it's like that's something I had to go to therapy for too, and really look within and be like, where is this stemming from? So yeah, if you feel like I need to be talking to this person 24/7, or when there's healthy boundaries and that y'all aren't texting 24/7, that you feel anxious, that is a personal issue. And it could also be an unbalanced power dynamic. Like, this person could know that you're feeling anxious, because say that you've told them about this, but they steady ghost you for a week, and then be like, oh, I missed you, baby, sorry, I was doing this, that, and the other, and always have an excuse. Just like, be wary of this dynamic for sure. You simply aren't a fan of their habits. And for me, I'm gonna just say what I'm not a fan of personally that I have dealt with in the past. Dealers. I know. People that vape. People that drink excessively. Like, my last long relationship, it was very much so giving Frank. Being out till 3 a.m, entertaining men and women, even though you claim you're straight. Anywho, yeah, those are just some habits that I wasn't a fan of personally in previous relationships. They're disrespectful to others and you. It could be either or. But if they're disrespectful, you are disrespecting yourself by staying. You are doing yourself a disservice. If they are rude to waitresses, if they are rude to fast food workers, if they just have a certain tone about them that just gives off rude, it's a red flag. It's a red flag. If they literally tell you they were toxic in their previous relationships, this has also happened to me, and I'm like, oh, maybe they've changed. Do you see us still together? No. So they definitely did not. People will tell you. People will literally tell you the red flags, and if you choose to ignore them, that's on you. I've had a partner tell me that they were jealous of me. That's another red flag, jealousy. Like, you can sense it. You can see it in the way that they look at you. They're just like Like, you see it, you sense it, and you know it. Run. Literally. Because why the fuck is your partner jealous of you and not celebrating you and trying to put you down and being like, oh, I don't even have to really be here. I don't really have to celebrate you, and yuck. Find better. Just yuck. Another thing with jealousy is that they will often be like, oh, I bet you're talking to other people. If someone is doing that, they're most likely projecting and talking to other people. Anytime someone says anything negative to you, it's a projection. Simple as that. If someone's like, oh yeah, you used to take a lot of drugs, and you know damn well that you don't take no damn drugs. Projection. Or they're trying to just deflect. Yeah. Run away, because they cannot take accountability to save their life. Yuck. Okay, something obvious. If they have anger issues, they probably also don't believe in therapy. So don't be the hole in the wall. Wait, yikes. That was not the analogy I was trying to do. Don't be the next thing they want to punch. That's kind of what I was trying to say. If they even threaten, if they're like, oh, you're lucky that I don't put my hands on you, that's a threat. Get the fuck out of there. I'm so serious, because I don't care if they was under the influence or not, baby. Liquor is truth serum. This is another good, obvious one. They push your boundaries by flirting with other people, by talking about things that you asked them not to, by being controlling and being like, I don't want you to do those things. But if you want to do those things, you can do those things. So why are they acting like your pappy? Why are they acting like your mother? Is you a child? I didn't think so. Anyways, if they don't accept certain parts of yourself. Another example, my ex did not like the fact that I had stuffed animals. Like, I would have my monkey hanging in my car, just swinging away, and I would have stuffed animals on the bed. And he got jealous of the stuffed animals. He was like, you be hugging your stuffed animals more than you hug me. And I'm like, oh. So they gotta go on the floor now? Like, so I can't have my monkey in my car? Like, it's embarrassing for you? If you're embarrassed of me, baby, leave. Don't ask me to change, because I'm not. But I did in the relationship. I did put my stuffed animals on the floor like they didn't matter. And I just, yeah, I'm not doing that again, because I was like chipping away at myself, slowly but surely staying in that relationship. So if they don't accept certain parts of yourself, that is a red flag. Next off, we have lying. And I'm gonna tell y'all a little story. I used to lie just because I felt like nothing in this life mattered, and get caught still not giving a damn, or because I was scared of the next person's reaction. But I've come to realize, if I don't fear the devil, demons, or God, I know a lot of y'all are God-fearing, but I don't fear none of them. So if I don't fear them, then why would I fear the next man? Nobody has authority over me, not my parents, not my boss. I make my own decisions to protect my peace. Like, yeah, you can give your opinion and I'll take it with a grain of salt, but ultimately my decisions and my choices are mine. Either I tell you the truth or you don't get an explanation. Simple. And when I say that I used to lie just because, like, this would be to my parents, this would be at my job, like, I just would not give a fuck. I would just not used to. I don't do this no more. Or I would lie about the reason that I'm not going into work, which would 9 times out of 10 be for an audition. And I felt like it wasn't a good enough excuse. And I'm just like, why am I fearing what they think or what they got to say about my decisions? That's kind of what I was getting at. But yeah, no, if you lie, you're red flag. Some people lie so much they believe that their lies are the truth. Like, some people really don't realize that they're pathological liars, and that's a huge red flag that also ties into not taking accountability. So yeah, keep your eyes out, because they're everywhere. This is a huge red flag. If they sleep with somebody else, I don't give a fuck if y'all are on a break or not. They did that to put you in your place. They were like, you're my bitch. I'm so serious. Like, I'm not trying to laugh. I'm not trying to smile. But, like, they're like, you're going to put up with whatever I put you through. Yuck. Yuck. Get them out of your life. They do not care about you. If they gave you a disease, oh, I'm sorry, babe. It won't happen again. I don't give a fuck if it doesn't happen again. You just broke that trust. But sometimes it takes that last straw, and I don't know what that last straw is going to be, but some people don't consider that a last straw, and it's sad. It is. It's sad. Especially if they do this to you multiple times, babe. You deserve so much better. But it's just like, low-key, some people like that toxicity. Sometimes they're like, oh, well, I'm going to get my get back and I'm going to sleep with their brother or whatever the case may be. Like, that's just like the most. That's really doing the most. And at that point, y'all deserve each other. But I'm not, that's not really my say. I'm just talking out my ass, okay? Yeah, toxic. I wanted to save this one for last because it really grinds my gears. If this person does not have a good relationship with all of their children, bitch, they're low-key not a good parent to begin with. If they have an estranged, is that even the right word? I can't speak. I don't know where I got the two ends from, but estranged, if they have one or more, if they just have one child that's estranged from them, red flag. Because why? It's got to be some special circumstances for you to be like, I do not mess with that child no more. And it's just like, oh, you can't speak on that because you don't have kids. First off, I was a kid. And second of all, I have so much love for my kids that don't even exist yet. You don't even know. So don't tell me I can't talk about a topic that I want to talk about, bitch. No, because I'm going to talk about it. That's weird. You're a bad parent. And that's a red flag. So yeah, you're weird and probably a narcissist. And I don't use that word loosely. And parents that use their kids as pawns and they take away their emotional love from their kids just to spite the baby mama or the baby father, you're fucking weird. And that's probably one of the biggest red flags of this video. Lastly, I just wanted to end the video off with a quote that I got on my phone, which is, and I don't typically like using the word allow, but I will allow it in this quote, okay? You are no longer allowed to love someone who doesn't love you back. And on that note, peace and love, friends.